Hey guys, welcome back to Burnout's Hot Rod Shop. It's a hot one here in the Poconos. It's pushing 90 degrees. Storms are getting ready to roll in, so it's nice and humid. Definitely got that sticky, sweaty feeling going on. But I still made it out to the Blue Ridge Flea Market today, and then to our booth at Marketplace 316 in Wind Gap, Pennsylvania. And let me show you what I picked up there at Blue Ridge, as well as stopping at a haunted house right down the street that has a flea market once a month. It's gonna be a fun one, nice little haul, and hope you enjoy it. Okay, so let's get into all the stuff I picked up at the Blue Ridge Flea Market this past weekend. This was a Williams day. No other way around it. We'll start off with these two sockets up here. These were in a 50-cent bin. And we've got a 15/16 Williams half-inch drive, 12-point, in really nice shape. And a 21/32 Williams half-inch drive as well, 12-point. So those two were $1. This was in I think a dollar bin. Might have been a $2 bin. But it's a 6-inch Williams super adjustable. I don't usually find the 6-inch. I'm not sure if I have a 6. I may have 1 6. And I don't find a 4. Usually what I find in Williams super adjustables are the 8, 10, and 12. So had to pick that. And let's see. All of these and these big wrenches came from the same guy. 2 separate trips there. This one is a box end 808 Williams. .808, 806. Yeah, maybe 806. I don't see a size on it, but that's not uncommon for these. This one I thought was pretty cool. It's a 7/16 and 5/16. And it looks like it's the old Brooklyn Williams oval, but this is a really old version of that even, because the very first few years it had that panel that the W sat on top of. That went away pretty quick in the history of Williams, so I grabbed that one. And the guy who had, other than the adjustable, had those, he had them in a bin, and they were $1 a piece. This one has the Diamond W on this side, half-inch. I actually don't see a wrench number on it. Yeah. This one's a number 5. If that white paint looks familiar, and you watch Bigfoot's Garage, or Bigfoot's Cave, Bigfoot bought a bunch of stuff from this guy at Jacktown. He's a local dealer and sets up at my local flea market as well. That's who I got all these from. All of these little ones and then these big ones we'll go through all came from him. This one is a 705. It's like a 13/16. And it's actually an Armstrong. Okay. So that one wasn't a Williams, it was an Armstrong. My bad. I'll go ahead and get some of the smaller stuff out of the way. We'll start here. These were in two for $1 bins on sockets. This one is a Proto Dyna ring. It's an impact socket, 7/16. And this one's a little bit crusty. We can see it's a Los Angeles Proto 9/16, 6-point. If it's Proto Los Angeles, I'll pick it up, right? Then we got this guy. It's the 3/4, that's the 3-4. And if you're a Craftsman person, you probably know that's an early BE series. They did the dash for a couple of years, I think, and then the slash after that. And this is one I've not seen before in the wild. That's because it is a Craftsman. You can see the underline C and the circle H. It's a swivel socket. So that was in a 2 for $1 bin, so I grabbed it too. From another $1 bin, I picked up this guy, perfect handle style, monkey wrench. Seems to work pretty well. The scales are nice and tight and in pretty good shape. So I think this one, I might be able to get away with just a cleanup. Pluck this from the same $1 bin as the Williams adjustable. And it's a 7/8 Plum, 30/40 Plum, made in USA, 13/16 on the other end, nothing on the backside. So it doesn't say WF, so I don't think it's a war finish. It does have a couple of owner's marks, nothing major. And honestly, guys, I don't care about owner's marks. The fact that a guy was proud of his tools, it's something we don't see a lot of today, so I'll go with it. Then this is back from the guy that, again, Bigfoot got a bunch of those white spray painted Williams wrenches from. This is an H810, Williams USA. And it's a 1 5/8. Box end, 6-point. So that's a beast. He charged me $2 for this one. The others were $1 a piece. And then each of these, I think I paid $4 a piece for. But I mean, come on. How many times in the wild are you gonna see a super wrench like this, right? And it is a 2-inch by 1 13/16, double box end. And he also had this one. And it's a 1.5 by 1 7/16. And he had this big beast. Now that's a 2 7/16 super wrench. Someone did put a hanging hole in this end of it. But they did it with a drill press at least. That's a nice, actually the hole's even chamfered. So it could be factory. But this next one, the 2 3/8, it doesn't have the hole. That's why I didn't think it was factory. And this one, somebody did put their initials in, BMT. I think these will clean up really nice and probably end up being wall hangers for these 4. So that's the bulk of what I picked at the Blue Ridge Flea Market. All right, guys. So as you've been seeing the stuff I picked up, I stopped at another flea market that was right by Blue Ridge. There's a haunted house. They do a flea market like once a month. and I've not been to it yet. There was only a couple of booths there. A couple people that sell like bought out storage units. There was one lady who was selling like yoga and chakra type jewelry, that kind of stuff. Honestly, to me, that's the stuff you find on Amazon and Temu. And then up on the porch was a guy with some miscellaneous stuff and a few tools. He had this in his dollar bin. So this is my favorite piece of this haul. You're probably like, Burnout. That's just a Stilson style pipe wrench with half a handle. One scale is missing. And if we look at it, it's hard to see, but it is a Morforge. Honestly, it's not in bad shape at all. Both springs are still really nice. You can see that the handle itself is free. So you just got to take the nut off. I'll have to get that screw out and this screw out and get the scale off. So the reason this is my favorite piece, and you can see it's got a little bit of a bend to it. I just keep tugging it down. The reason this is my favorite piece is I bought this out of a dollar bin to be a father-son project for myself and my son, Nico. If you guys hadn't picked up, I think I'd said it a couple times, a lot of the wood tools that I picked up, Nico has taken. I've given those to him because he wants to learn woodworking. So I think having him make a set of scales for this, using this one as a pattern, would be a really cool project. And then I'll do all the metal work and I'll get this all cleaned up and looking like new as much as I can. I'll have to pull this pin and probably just use a bolt through there. But yeah, I want to make this a father-son project with him. And that's what makes this my favorite piece of this haul. So what you guys think? Those big wrenches are pretty cool, aren't they? Those would have been my favorites, except for doing that father-son project to me is just going to be awesome. I'm so looking forward to that. Letting him, explore his woodworking skills on those scales. And I'll do some metal work and get that wrench looking like new again. Any pitting or anything like that, I'm going to try to get out of it as much as possible. And we'll make it just a fun father-son project that, maybe after I'm gone, he'll keep it. So I hope you guys enjoyed that one. Let me know what your favorite piece is in the comments. And remember, I'm Burnout, I love you, and there ain't nothing you can do about it.